and Brown Deere, or at IAAutogroup.com, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Financing with approved credit, $1,709 per month per $1,000 financed on select models.
Truck drivers, at Schneider, it's all about staying busy and getting home in comfort. New and growing dedicated accounts will get you home on a schedule you can bank on. And Schneider's new industry-leading trucks have top-of-the-line features that keep you safe and comfortable. Plus, when you're on the road, Schneider's nationwide facility network offers secure parking and amenities to make your life easier. Choose a company that's invested in your safety and comfort. Choose Schneider. Apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
Do you trust your insurance agent? Do you trust your insurance company? Well, you'd better, because all they've really sold you is a promise to be there when things go bad, to step up and put everything back the way it was. So, if you don't trust your insurance company, maybe it's time to find one you do trust. West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
It's time to turn off ringers and cheer for dingers with US Mode from US Cellular. Whether you're in the stadium or listening to the game on the radio, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and other Brewers fans. US Cellular is all about a healthier relationship with technology. That means when the game is on, notifications go off. Take the US Mode pledge and commit to more meaningful game days. On game days, set your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Brew Crew with your crew. US Cellular, built for us.
Get up! Get out of here and go!
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ. It's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Ooh, did Reese need that? Fun win for the Brewers. Another come-from-behind win. A grand slam! And solid work from the bullpen once again. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. 6-3 the final in Game 1 over the Rangers. That's back-to-back wins. And tomorrow, that's a streak if they can get it done. Jerry Augustine is with us as well. The big moment was Rhys Hoskins hitting a go-ahead grand slam in the bottom of the bottom of the sixth inning for the Brewers in what was a quote-unquote relentless inning, to say the least, Augie. For Rhys in particular, though, to ambush on a first-pitch fastball from a rookie lefty, I thought that was a really big moment of trust by Bruce Bochy to go to the lefty, knowing that if he didn't get Yelich, he had two righties lurking after. And for Rhys, man, it's so simple, but it's the truth. He needed that.
Yeah, no question. He'd been struggling a little bit, runners in scoring position, but that's a veteran hitter that understands the game. And, he did so well in Philadelphia, playing first base is a big part of the Philadelphia Phillies and their success that they had. But you could just see that inning. It was the inning of the veterans. Contreras comes up, gets a double. What a great at-bat by Yelich and Adames. But Rhys Hoskins understood that the pitcher was having a little bit of trouble throwing the ball over the plate. He thought if he got a fastball, it's hittable. He's going to swing and he's going to hit the ball in the ballpark. And he did just that. He put a great swing on a good pitch, a good velocity pitch, hit the ball in the ballpark, a big part of the ball game.
You mentioned the at-bat from Adames. He went from 0-2 to 3-2 right before him and worked a walk after watching a couple of changeups in the dirt, which is kind of the bread and butter pitch for Latz, what he does so well to neutralize right-handed hitters. So, from the mind of a pitcher, right, if you're not able to land your primary out pitch against a righty, you're afraid of the opposing hitter eliminating that pitch. And, you don't normally see on-time swings on fastballs when a guy has a changeup that you have to respect. But Rhys saw it up, and boy, was he on time. And I think what I'm trying to say is, he was able to eliminate that pitch because he's a veteran hitter, watching how the previous at-bat went unfolded before him. That's what great hitters, that's what veterans do. They identify what the pitcher has before they're in the box.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Dom. And he did such a great job by watching the pitches that Christian Yelich had fought off and got the great. I thought that was the turning point of the whole game right there, that walk. And then you got Adames giving another great at-bat. He went up with the idea saying, you know what? Usually when you get in these situations, Dom, historically it tells you that what a pitcher will do, he'll go soft early, hard late. That means he'll throw you a break a ball early, something getting them over the plate for a strike, and then when he gets late in the count, he'll go hard at you. That was the exact opposite, but Reese understood that here's a pitcher out there struggling, not having a little bit of a problem throwing strikes. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to look for that pitch. I get a pitch in my zone. I'm going to hit it. He did just that. But, here's a place where you talk about Murph and doing the lineup. He put the veterans together, and what happened? The veterans came through. Contreras with the double, Adames with the Yelich with the walk, Adames with the walk, Hoskins with the big home run. And then the young kids took over, and they scored another run that inning with a big Monasterio base hit with 2 outs. So really a nice job by the entire team that inning. That was well done, well executed. And you talk about scoring 5 runs in innings. They've done it another number of times. But what they did real well, they executed, and they executed well that entire inning.
I mean, you look at it for the Brewers, they drew more walks today than they did strikeouts. They had 7 walks, and they only struck out 6 times. They put the ball in play. Yeah, they only went 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, but that's certainly aided by the fact that one of those 2 hits was a grand slam. The other was a little stoink by Andrew Monasterio later in that inning, and that's all they needed to get the victory. There was a lot to like from the offense as far as that 6th inning is what we are used to seeing from the Brewers. Maybe not grand slams every night, but the fact that you keep whittling away, you keep having great at-bats, you keep having quality at-bats, and then blink, you make one mistake, and this team can make you pay, whether it's a bases-clearing double, a home run like it was tonight, or just continued relentless approach. And if they can continue to stay on this track, I'm not saying they're going to score 6 runs a night, but we've seen a lot more 6, 7-run games than we have 1 and 2-run games like we saw during this road trip. So the averages are going to play back out, and this offense will get going.
Well, there's one thing that we talk about. There's 2 things I like to talk about right now. Is number 1, hitting with runners in scoring position. You just said it was 2 for 8 or whatever it was tonight. Walks make a difference. Walks combined make even a more difference. It really takes away from that 2 for 8 with hitters in running scoring position, because what you do, you're applying pressure by getting on base. The old adage of a walk is sometimes as good as a hit. I think when you look tonight, it was as good as a hit because you got the guys in a position where Hoskins could hit the home run. And another thing that I always talk about in the game of baseball, once you get past that 5th inning, walks hurt pitching staffs, no matter what it was. Jared Canning got away, got lucky, got away, made some great pitches and struck the guy out for the 3rd out. But when you look at what the Texas Rangers did in that inning with the walks they had, I believe there were 3 or 4 walks in that 6th inning. Boy, made a big difference in the ball game. Walks later in the game, past that 5th inning, always cause problems and always cause teams to get rallies. And that's what they do with the Brewers today. Great at bats, earning the walks, scoring the runs. Really made a big point as far as when you talk about runners in scoring position. Gave this team a chance to win.
Let's talk a little bit about Freddie coming up after the break. It wasn't all sunshine and lollipops today. The Brewers did win 6-3, but it was a come-from-behind win in large part to what Freddie had to go through in today's start. Want to remind you that Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank also knows how to hit it out of the park. They've been serving businesses in the area for nearly 15 years, offering industry-specific expertise and local decision-making capabilities to help your business succeed. It's commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, member FDIC. Talk about it more after this. Brewers win 6-3 on WTMJ.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For your next exterior remodeling project, we know you're not asking a lot from us. You want the right products for your situation, you want a few different financing options that can make your project affordable, and you want us to do a good job with minimal disruption to your life. And this one's important. You want a warranty that matters. And we know that checking every box makes all the difference. You might be surprised at how many moving parts go into it, but we have just the right people in all the right places to pull that off every day and make it look easy. The company we have took us 21 years to build. It's an awesome place to work because we never stop improving it. And we think we can do this work so well that we can actually change the reputation of exterior remodelers long term. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Ask about our finance options.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers get the victory. They jump back to 13 games above 500, maintaining a 6-game lead on the St. Louis Cardinals, who won tonight, by the way, over the Braves down in St. Louis. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. We're with Jerry Augustine. Now, let's kind of take a quick reality check here. 855-616-1620 is the phone number, 855-616-1620. During the West Coast trip, when Freddie pitched in Anaheim, he pitched well. He didn't pitch great. And if you go back and listen to that postgame show, I said it. Look, there was a lot of room for improvement. You cannot get away with the lack of first pitch strikes, the length that he was working through innings. And a lot of that came to a head today. Now, granted, first pitch strikes were a little bit better today, 67%. In that last start, he was right around 50, which is not good. 14 out of 21 first pitch strikes. The real concern today, for me, Augie, was the fastball command. He was all over the place with fastball command. And it was the pitch he threw majority of the time. He threw 61 fastballs today out of the 104 total pitches. Only about half of them, a little more than half, 55%, were strikes. And I know you don't always throw a pitch in the zone, but look, with the heater, a lot of those were completely uncompetitive and way out of the zone.
I agree with you. I thought tonight it was a night where, we always used to break it down into 5 outings where you go out and pitch and you have one outing when you go out and all you have to do is throw the ball and the ball goes where it wants to. You throw the good fastballs on the corners. You got a good breaking ball. Those are games that you have. Those are games you like to pitch. You wish you could do every game. Then you have 3 games that are, you really got to work at it. You've got good pitches. You got good stuff. You're kind of locating and you're using breaking ball and those things happen. Then you got that one game where you just can't control anything. And I thought that tonight was one of those games for Freddie. He just didn't look like he had good control of any of his stuff. Although his breaking ball came through for him a little bit today, I thought more than it had in the past. But I think still tonight is one where he was really want to go out there. He wanted to be effective. He's pitching against the world champions. He wanted to go to have a good inning. Just looked like he was overthrowing, and it looked like in that 5th inning that he was wore out, that he was just really trying hard. And I really like Murph, how he let him in there to face Smith and strike him out on that pitch. I think that was huge for Freddie Peralta, but it just looked today he's fighting himself a little bit. I agree with you 100%.
He had 9 full counts today. And furthermore, I keep track of every single pitch in a game. Freddie, when he got ahead 0-2 or 1-2, okay, in the first 3 pitches of the at-bat, if he was ahead 0-2 or 1-2, ideally, and correct me if I'm wrong, you want to get the guy out on the next pitch, whether it's a strikeout or putting a ball in play. Anything after that is extra. So when you count the extra pitches, not the pitch that got him out, but how many other pitches did Freddie have to throw when he was ahead 1-2 or 0-2 to later in the count? He threw more than 25 extra pitches just in those counts when he was ahead 0-2 and 1-2. Look, Freddie's stuff is too good to do that. And it comes back to what we just talked about, uncompetitive misses. And talking about what we talked about when Latz came in, when you're able to eliminate a pitch, when you're able to eliminate the changeup, like with Latz, when you're able to eliminate fastball, Freddie's fastball, and the Rangers did him some favors by swinging at so many above the zone. But when you're able to eliminate a pitch, it's going to make you work a lot harder. And for me, that's the first thing that the Brewers are obviously going to try to fix. Like, dude, let's try to attack and just get in the zone and get these guys out on 4 pitches or less.
Well, you look at Freddie Jones almost averaging 20 pitches per inning. And I think when you look at a Freddie Peralta style guy, and I think you said one thing tonight that is so important. What you want to do is you want to get a guy out on 4 pitches. Whatever you want to throw that good sinking fastball, a good running fastball, or your breaking ball. You want to get them to put the ball in play in 4 pitches. And it just seemed like tonight was a night. I thought the whole game, and I didn't watch the game on TV. I was listening on the radio. Was a game of high pitch counts. I don't know how it was. How many high pitch counts there were, but it seemed like for all the pitchers there was a lot of high pitch counts in this game of guys taking plus 3-2s or 3-1s or 2-2 pitches or a lot of high pitch counts tonight. It was very different, and I thought that had an effect on the game. But for Freddie, when you're looking 5 innings, 100 plus pitches, he's a strikeout guy. He's going to throw a lot of pitches, but usually what he wants, you look at saying 20 pitches per inning. That's high. You want to keep it in that 15 to 17 area, and he's going to be a lot more effective. So I thought he had a lot of high pitch counts tonight, getting the ball out of zone. And I think you're right. They did swing at some pitches out of the zone that sounded like, and I think that helped Freddie. But still, 104 pitches, I believe, in 5 innings is a lot of pitches.
It's a lot. It's a ton. And I'm not so certain. The big moment for me, and this is how we'll wrap it with Freddie, is – look, with 2 outs and a man on first, facing the 9-hitter Leody Taveras, who's hitting .215, he's had an awful June, gets ahead of him 0-2. You have an opportunity to end the inning there. From 0-2 to 3-2, a 9-pitch walk, and you could see it coming from a mile away. RBI singles for Simeon and Seager. You were 0-2 on the 9-hitter with 2 outs, and then all of a sudden you're down 2-0. The Brewers obviously won today, but that's exactly case in point what we are talking about when it comes to Freddie Peralta struggling here today. And I think the reason why people are so passionate about him, Augie, and why this, yes, it's a win, but you just kind of sit here and go, is because they know Freddie's better than this. And Freddie knows he's better than this. And we saw him click it into gear in July last year, and let's just hope that this weekend against the Cubs, when he makes his next start, he starts showing signs of that version of Freddie Peralta.
Well, it's that educational part. We talk about how he's been the number 1 pitcher and the expectations on. I don't think you talk about a team expectations, but personal expectations go up there, and I think Freddie's got a little away from himself a little bit. It's still finding out what pitch gives you that good ground ball. What pitch can you use to those 7, 8, 9 hitters who you get ahead of that you can make them swing on that 3rd pitch or get them to hit the ball one of the first 2 pitches, hit it on the ground or do things. That's where the educational part for Freddie Peralta is coming in. He is still always going to be, like I said last time, fastball Freddie. But being able to use that fastball and get ground balls early in counts on some hitters is going to play big. And it just seems like he's been going deep into counts like you talked about earlier, Dom, and that's made a big difference.
It's been a lot. Let's talk a little about the box score. Let's go down the box score, see some other performers from tonight as well, aside from Rhys Hoskins. Brewers win 6-3 after a big grand slam from Rhys. Back with more after this on WTMJ.
The new fractured boulders we now have in stock are really nice. They're squarer and more rectangular in shape, and they're great for building dry-laid retaining walls. They're much easier to deal with, lock together nicely, and you get less gaps. No wet mortar needed. And we've stocked a multitude of colors. You can use them as an accent item to add character to your dry river or creek beds, too. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Our organic mulch is comprised of all trees. Most mulch is made from ground-up pallets, and you don't know what might have been spilled on those pallets. Could be chemicals or who knows what. But not our mulch. We're recycling trees. Many species of hardwoods. Cedar, hemlock, light brown, dark brown, mocha, black, red, gold, and caramel. 7 colors to choose from means a mulch to match any exterior. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost, free tire repair, and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. Buy one or a whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin, Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Brewers win. They love it at home. They're, 18-5 over their last 23 games at home. That plays. 6-3 the final today. Jerry Augustine with us for one more segment here on tonight's program. Going down the box score here, Jerry, another guy that jumps out to me with a multi-hit game and continues to quietly play some really good ball lately. Sal Frelick, he went 2 for 4, a double. He pulled a double to right, and he went his usual opposite field through the 5-6 hole as well. Sal's a guy, look, we've talked a lot about what's going to happen when Garrett Mitchell comes back. Some folks speculate it's going to be Sal Frelick because he doesn't hit for power. Sal is not a guy that's here to hit for power. He's here to do exactly what he did tonight. And very quietly, here in the last, 3 weeks or so, since June 12th, he's got 5 multi-hit games. In fact, he's got 7 in the month. Sal just needed a little bit of time, and he's really clicking right now.
He sure is. He's swinging the bat very well. I looked at it a couple of weeks back, and I looked at that batting average, and I thought I saw he's like 238 or 240 something, getting 263 now. So he's really been swinging the bat pretty well. And not only his great defensive play, but, something very interesting about tonight's lineup, and I call it grouping the vets. And I'm going to call Contreras a veteran. Look at Murph did with that lineup. Terang, young player, coming off a tough year. He's a young player yet. But then what he do? He groups the vet. Contreras, Yelich, Adames, and Hoskins all come through in that big 6th inning. Then what did he do? I'm going back to the rookies. And he's going Frelick, Chiriot, Perkins, and Monasterio. Really paid off, and it's kind of unique. When I looked at this lineup tonight, I go, give me a name for this lineup. I called it grouping the vets, and because I'm making Contreras a veteran, and it really paid off in the 6th inning with the veterans coming through and scoring the 4 runs. But then after they score the 4 runs and go up 5-3, the young kids take over and they manufacture another one with the 2 out hit by Monasterio. So kind of an interesting style of lineup. I'm going to watch this a little bit, see what Murph does, but grouping those veterans really paid off tonight.
Another guy that I want to call out tonight, Blake Perkins, 1 for 2 on base 3 times with a pair of walks. He also stole 2 bags. That's another guy that folks are like, well, maybe you just option Blake Perkins and bring back Garrett Mitchell since Garrett can play center field. Blake played a flawless center once again tonight. And it's funny how this always works, right? The guys that are on the bubble start to play well when the decision is looming. And it's just a reminder, Perkins is very, very valuable, not just defensively, but when he has nights like tonight, because he can steal a bag almost at will, and he's going to give you a quality at bat. Again, he's not here to hit homers, but he's here to play great defense and cause havoc on the base paths.
You're exactly right. And the one thing I like his at bats. Like tonight, he had the 2 walks. Really works his at bats, and he doesn't take anything for granted. I really like he's a switch hitter. He hits from both sides. He plays excellent outfield. It's interesting to see how good when you look at Garrett Mitchell compared with him. Perkins have 2 very, very good outfielders, but I really like what Perkins has been doing at the plate. Working counts, getting big base hits, getting on base, being able to steal bases. That's a quality that you need on a ball club, and he's done very well. Now, all this means is when Mitchell comes back, I don't know if I want to make the decision. They got a very tough decision to make when that does happen.
When the Brewers also get their bullpen in full strength when Devin Williams returns, it's just a reminder of the spoils that they will have, right? Brian Hudson was down today, given he threw 2 innings yesterday. I was a little surprised by that. We talked about it then, but I imagine he'll be available tomorrow. To have Jared Koenig, he had to get like 5 outs that inning, but he got the outs. He got a little squeeze there by home plate umpire Larry Vanover. But to have Koenig deliver, Payamps got back on track. He really needed that. And then McGill, I would say Koenig was on literally nobody's radar to be pitching with a lead in leverage in the final 3 innings of a game this year. I'm sitting here like, the dude hit 99 multiple times tonight. No one saw this coming.
I'll tell you what, I looked up and I saw 99 in there, and I'm going like, where did this come from? You expect him to be a 94, 95 guy, but, he's got that delivery that he throws, especially left-hand hitters. Left-hand hitters it's got to be just so difficult to face him because he throws so far across his body, and he's getting that velocity. He's got a little bit of what we call that duck and drive, that ball that shoots up a little bit. He's been throwing the ball so well, but I agree with you. I saw it tonight, and they were saying he's throwing that ball at 99 or 98 or whatever it was. I'm gonna tell you, that's good velocity. If you can throw the ball with his delivery like he does, you can be very effective.
It's another thing where it's just like, look, man, you can see the vision. The bullpen is really darn good, and hopefully that, with an all-star break looming, they can get a little breather and get things going. All right, Jerry Augustine, much appreciated. You'll be with Bob Brainerd tomorrow, who's filling in for me on the show tomorrow, but appreciate your insight as always, and we'll talk again soon, my friend.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to bring up, I was listening on the radio, and I'll tell you what, if you could give Reese Hoskins a gift, that call by Bob Uecker tonight was as special as it gets. I'll tell you what, I jumped out. I was just listening I got in the house. I was jumped up off the couch. I was so excited. But if anybody could ever give Reese Hoskins something he could put in his little library, that call by Bob Uecker tonight was pretty special. I don't know if you've heard it yet, Dom, but take a good listen to it. It was really good. So I'll tell you what, Brewers got off to a great start, great way to start the homestand, and hopefully they can keep it up tomorrow.
It was fantastic stuff. We'll play it coming out of the break. Appreciate you, Augie, as always, and we'll talk to you soon.
Jerry, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All
right, Augie here on WTMJ. Let's hear that. Let's give a quick look around the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll hear from Pat Murphy a little bit later. 855-616-1620 if you're staying up late with us here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Wisconsin's Act 60 makes financial literacy a graduation requirement. Make sure your students aren't left behind by partnering with Junior Achievement of Wisconsin. JA offers a ready-to-use financial curriculum tailored to meet Act 60 guidelines, providing an engaging, impactful financial education. Be a part of our commitment to helping every high school in Wisconsin fulfill this requirement. Learn how to partner with us at wisconsin.ja.org. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
It's Brewers Cubs. It's the I-94 rivalry. It's your chance to defend American Family Field. Be here June 28th through the 30th for 3 huge Brewers games. Find your spot for the action at brewers.com/tickets.
There's no doubt that a better night's sleep makes for better days, and a good quality mattress helps make it happen. When you buy your new Milwaukee mattress from Ken Michaels Furniture, you are assured of a mattress made individually for you out of the finest natural materials direct from our Milwaukee factory. We make every style, size, and firmness of mattress, and with our factory direct prices, you will save hundreds of dollars. Milwaukee mattresses from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Stop in today. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture for our sale on Braddington Young. Made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, Braddington Young is an American icon in quality leather upholstery. Whether you are looking for power recliners or stationary seating, Braddington Young's furniture is made with enduring quality, outstanding comfort, and timeless styling. Save up to 40% now on Braddington Young upholstery at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield and Greenfield. Visit us today.
Come visit, learn, and discover at the recently opened Food and Farm Exploration Center near Stevens Point in Plover, Wisconsin. The 50,000 square foot Science and Technology Center is a place to take the entire family. Experience over 60 interactive exhibits, a children's play area, demonstration farm fields, and home to the world's largest potato masher. The Food and Farm Exploration Center is a place for connecting with food and those who grow it. Just a short drive from Milwaukee. Plan your visit today at explorefoodandfarm.org.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Adamas aboard at first. This one in the air. Left it deep. Get up. Get out of here. Gone. Reese Hoskins has just hit one with the bases loaded. Whoa. That didn't take long at all. The first pitch he saw from Jacob, gone.
Yeah, that was as advertised there. That was awesome. Bob Uecker, 90 years young. Still sounding great here on WTMJ. Awesome stuff. And it got its rounds in Brewers' social media feeds today as well, so can't wait to see the rest of the world react to it tomorrow. So the Brewers take Game 1 from the defending world champions. Mentioned it earlier, the Cardinals did win again today. They are white hot right now. They are now 40-37. They're the only other team above 500 in the division. They beat the Braves. Not only are they trying to chase down the Brewers, so they remain 6 games back of the Brewers, but St. Louis is trying to chase down Atlanta for that number 1 wild card spot because they are now just 3.5 games apart from each other as they play for the first time this season. That's going to be something to monitor the rest of this week. The Red Sox get off the deck and come from behind to beat the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are now 8 games under. The Red Sox had a walk-off. They win 7-6. The home run a go-ahead single, a game-winning single by Jarren Duran. David Hamilton, former Brewers prospect, hit a home run in that one as well. As that series win at Fenway is looking better and better by the day, y'all. The Brewers still above 500. The Red Sox are now 43-36. No one expected them to be this good. Also today, in the Central anyway, the Reds beat up on the Pirates 11-5. Ellie De La Cruz hit a bomb. He went 3 for 5 with a double and a homer, triple shy of the cycle. Home run that hit off the top of the boat in dead center field. Yeah, you heard me. The top of the boat, the steamboat they have in dead center field. That was a blast, to say the least, from Ellie. I'm pulling it up right now on StatCast to see the numbers on it. 112 off the bat, 439 to dead center. I still think that's underselling it. He crushed that baseball. So, taking a peek at the standings here, not overreacting yet, but the Brewers are 5 games up, I should say. 6 in the win column, 4 in the loss column, so that makes it 5 games up on St. Louis. 46-33, the Crew. The Cardinals, 40-37. They don't see each other until August. The Cubs, they are in action right now in the bottom of the 8th inning in San Francisco. The Giants hosting. It's 4-2 Cubs. One cool touch, it's the first home game for the Giants since Willie Mays passing, and they are all wearing number 24 today, so I think that's pretty cool. See if they can get a comeback against the Cubs here at Oracle Park. Elsewhere, we already mentioned Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Philly beat up on Detroit 8-1. They turned a triple play in that game. 8-1 the final there. Cleveland beat Baltimore. Cleveland's got 50 wins, y'all. 50! I don't think anybody expected them to be this good. They win 3-2 over the Orioles. The Brewers don't see them again until, I believe, early August, if I'm not mistaken. But Cleveland will be coming here for the first time in a while. Up next, we'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy. A little bit later, we'll hear from Reese Hoskins with Lane Grindle. And we got highlights for you as well. Brewers win 6-3 over the Rangers. Back with more after this on WTMJ.
Change the way you do business and take more control of the payment process with Fifth Third Bank's Treasury Management Solutions. Their market expertise and managed services streamline the entire payment process and integrate with your existing systems, giving you more control than ever. With their suite of payment solutions, you will soon recognize new revenue sources that can save time, offset operating costs, and improve the bottom line, all customized for your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Gorgeous new roofs, showstopper siding, or classic brick and stonework. How about modern windows and regal doors that'll make your chin hit the floor? To a lot of people, having these things can really make them enjoy where they live. It makes them proud. But there's always one thing standing in the way. How do I make that happen? At Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, we have excellent financing options for most people in most situations. 12 months, no interest, no payments, and exceptional rates for long-term loans that will beat your bank with no additional fees or hidden costs. You can go to SemperfiRoofing.com to apply for your pre-approval today. We want to make any project affordable to almost any person, and we've gone out of our way to find partners that can help make it happen for you. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semperfi.
Ask about our finance options.
Rose Gray here from Fox World Travel. Don't miss the largest vacation sale in the nation. It's the Fox World Travel exclusive July sale with Apple Vacations. We have a huge selection of resorts at our favorite destinations in Mexico and the Caribbean, paired with nonstop flights to get you there fast. If you like saving, you do not want to miss this sale. Plus, enter for a chance to win an all-inclusive vacation. Visit foxworldtravel.com/July and get on the exclusive list. That's foxworldtravel.com/July.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win. Recent a little bit. Pat Murphy now, 6-3 the final. Here's the skipper after the W.
Talking to Willie, like when the game deals you a walk, and we talk about meeting the game halfway. The game deals you a ball. You win the pitch by taking it, and that's not, always rewarded, and it's not always glamorous. And Willie's, for one, is the, he's had as many big moments in the last few years as anybody. And but he, when guys are playing the right way, it excites you, and that's offense. It is not a very glamorous part of offense, but it's offense. The Yelich walk from 1-2 to ball 4, the Willie walk, and then Hoskins coming through when he's been through a stretch of and he's hit some balls hard, but he's been through a stretch. And I got emotional when he hit it because I'm just so freaking happy for him, so happy for him.
The walk that Willie drew specifically, he was down 0-2. Does that make it even more challenging to lay off some of those pitches?
Of course it does.
You might have to protect in that count.
Of course it does. It means you're really locked in. When you see guys going from 0-2 to ball 4, it's a hard thing to do. Yelich does it all the time, but Willie usually, Willie's been great. Willie has been great, and that's a secret part. This year, you look at his walks, and they have to be up. Okay, I don't look at the numbers, as you guys know, but they have to be up because he's taken some huge walks in that position. And it's nice to have somebody behind him ready to do what Hoskins was ready to do. So that changed the game. There's a lot of great parts to the game. Churio's base running, Terang's defense. Did they give an error to Willie on the backhand ball there?
Yeah.
Because the ball got by? Oh, okay, not an error. It was a hit and error, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Lorenzen had been on such a roll for them with quality starts. How critical was it to get him out of the game, get into the bullpen?
Yeah, he was great. That guy, I've seen that guy pitch since he was in college at Fullerton. He's a pitcher, man. That guy can help anybody. He's good. He's really good.
You kind of alluded to it during the tip, but true at base running, how much of that him trying to get down the line?
Yeah, that just shows how he's coming to the point of he's getting really an understanding that he belongs and that he can be himself and he can take those risks because we play like that. So if he gets thrown out there, I love it. It's not that I'm encouraging to get thrown out, but it's like that's how we have to play. And I think that lends itself to that freedom we talk about, that it's really hard to keep. It's really hard to keep in this game, that freedom. We can talk all we want about it, but to keep it and just to actually go out and do it, it's really hard because they care so much. They're putting their butts on the line every night, and the exposure they have, all of you writing about them, this guy playing like this or this guy. It's hard to play with that freedom. So I'm really happy that they played with that. And give Freddie credit. Freddie pitched great. Our bullpen once again came in and Koenig, man, he had a lot of close pitches there, didn't you guys? You guys watching it up close? There was a lot of close ones. But he came through in the clutch, man.
Have you ever seen a reliever exhale like Koenig did? There was no.
I didn't see that part.
Celebration. It just looked like he was
He was gassed. He was gassed.
Yeah, like a runner at the end of a marathon.
Yeah. That's neat. I didn't see that part.
You talked about how Reese has been going through a little bit. Williams in the same boat. How nice was it to see that swing from him? That's what we saw early
well, you know what a warrior this kid is, and you know that he is not. It hasn't been from lack of working at it. You know, he was out there today at 1:30 or whatever, whacking balls all over the place, and he's really, him and Ozzie have been out there today. He's really working it, getting it right, getting his body under control. You know? Mike, what's wrong with you?
Oh, Mike Vassallo catching strays from Pat Murphy. Mike Vassallo, Director of Team Public Relations, Media Relations. Every now and then, Murph just pokes fun. By the way, in case you're wondering, talking about the Willy Adames stuff there, with are his walks up? Well, a couple of things. Not only are his walks up, his strikeouts are down. And something we've talked about for years. When Willy Adames strikes out at a league average rate, he is lethal. Well, he's striking out better than league average, 21% of the time. League average is 23%. He has the highest walk rate of his career at 12%. League average is about 8.5%. And now, after tonight's game, when you include the data from this one, Willie is now hitting 244, which doesn't sound great, which is actually still slightly better than league average. His OPS is 772, which is 70 points better than league average. He leads your team in homers, and he's second in doubles. That's his job. He's also, very quietly, I don't know if you've noticed this. I mean, we talk about this with the walks. He leads the team in walks. Part of that is because Yelich missed so much time on the injured list. But Willy Adames leads the Brewers in walks, y'all. I don't think anybody expected that sentence this late into June. With all that said, let's relive it up next. Highlights after this on WTMJ.
Drive into summer with a beautiful new car from the International Autos Group. Get spectacular savings of up to $20,000, and 0.9% financing is available for 60 months. Every model in our 2,000 car inventory is priced to sell. The International Autos Group, Milwaukee, Waukesha, Sheboygan, and Brown Deer. Or at IAAutogroup.com, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Financing with approved credit, $1,709 per month per $1,000 financed on select models.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-204-4240. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-204-4240 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Family owned, family operated, family priced. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
I love the Fox and Hounds, voted the best supper club in the area and serving fabulous meals for almost 90 years in their rustic timber building. WTMJ's John Mercure here. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free always. Desserts, too. It's the best dining value in the state. Steak, seafood, pasta, even the steak and lobster, and prime rib on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Your second dinner is free as you dine in one of the 8 elegant dining rooms. Relax with your favorite beverage on the patio in the woods. It's spectacular. Incredible place to have a drink. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. Wherever you live, it's worth the beautiful drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest to the Fox and Hounds, a summer must-see. Gift cards are perfect year-round gifts, as your second dinner is always free, FREE free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Brighten up your Monday and Tuesday with a free dinner tonight. Tables are open at my favorite place, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ. Ready for this?
Get up!
This?
Get up!
And this?
Get out of here! Go!
Time for tonight's highlights. Here's Dominic Cotroneo.
Game 1 against the defending world champion Texas Rangers in town for the first time since 2019. And a good matchup. Freddie Peralta for the Brewers against Michael Lorenzen for the Rangers. This game was scoreless early. Freddie was really laboring, having to throw a ton of pitches. Through 4 innings, he was already at 69. And then with an 0-2 count and 2 outs in the 5th inning, he ended up walking the 9-hitter Leody Taveras on a 9-pitch battle. The top of this order is lethal for the Rangers. Both Marcus Semien and Corey Seager would hit RBI singles. That would open the scoring 2-0. In the bottom half of the inning, though, the Brewers would avoid the shutdown inning. Jackson Chourio singled up the middle, went first to third on Perkins, single to right, and then some heads-up base running from the teenager.
Now the stretch. And that one getting by the catcher Heim, and scoring is Jackson Chourio. He was coming down the line anyway, and when that one bounced away, it was a wild pitch.
I should say he started spring training as a teenager. Now he's, of course, 20 years old. Bob Uecker on the call there. So the Brewers on the board, 2-1. And then it was time to get to work in the 6th inning. A leadoff double from William Contreras chased Lorenzen from this game. Then the lefty came in lats to face the lefty Yelich. Yelich would work a 9-pitch walk. Adames would fall behind 0-2, then get to 3-2. He would draw a walk. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Brewers down 3-1 at this point, thanks to a homer from Garcia. The Brewers responded with a grand homer of their own.
Adames aboard at first. This one hit in the air. Left and deep. Get up. Get out of here. Gone. Reese Hoskins has just hit one with the bases loaded. Whoa. That didn't take long at all. The first pitch he saw from Jacob, gone.
Whew, what a shot. 3rd career grand slam for Reese. His first homer in 60-plus plate appearances. His last homer was his homecoming in Philly, so the Brewers flipped the scoreboard. They lead 5-3. They still weren't done in the inning. How about some good luck like we saw yesterday in San Diego?
Hit into shallow center and dropping for a base hit. And in comes Perkins to score. And the Brewers add one more. It's 6-3 now.
Andrew Monasterio with a little blooper gets the job done, 6-3. Then it was all in the bullpen. Koenig would struggle in the 7th. He kind of got squeezed by the zone. Found himself with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
No balls and 2 strikes on low. Kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Contreras chucks the ball into the upper deck. An ortho ASAP strikeout. And Jared Koenig strands the bases loaded here in the 7th.
Lane Grindle on the call there. And then how about one more to just bring it all home? Trevor McGill on the mound with a man on second. Up by 3. The closer got it done.
McGill not paying attention at all to second base. The pitch. Hey, struck him out swinging. And this one is over. Trevor McGill comes on and blows away Garcia with another triple-digit number 1.
All right, 6-3, the final in Game 1 of this 3-game series. We'll hear from Reese Hoskins and Lane Grindle coming up after this, and say goodnight on WTMJ.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there. We have wind gusts where it's at 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
Amish outdoor furniture with poly and wood available. And that poly is the richest of outdoor furniture.
It's just about indestructible and will virtually last forever. At Erickson's, we have poly furniture in abundance, so you're guaranteed to see a great selection. The beauty of it is you can put it outside all year round and not worry about it, because the color runs all the way through, so it doesn't fade, and minor nicks and scratches won't hurt the look. Erickson's Landscape Supply. For an abundant selection of poly and wood Amish outdoor furniture, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better selection of metal yard art than we have here at Erickson's. Anything from natural and painted metal signs to painted roosters from 1 to 6 feet tall. Natural steel flying ducks and cattails. Cute little frogs, geckos, pigs, flamingos, and goats. And palm trees. The list is endless. And that's why you come here. Erickson's Landscape Supply, right on Spring Street in Union Grove, where you'll find a fantastic array of artisanal metal yard art. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Or better yet, drive on over and take a gander at the goods.
Each day there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely. And you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back. But it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win, fun times. The homestand starts off on the right note. Want to remind you, Brewers Extra Innings brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Thunderstorms can happen at any time in Wisconsin, and as an authorized Generac dealer, Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical can save you up to $1,500 off a whole home generator. Visit cider.com today. That's SEIDER.com. As promised, Rhys Hoskins, he caught up with Lane Grindle during the network postgame show. Here's the two earlier tonight after his big grand slam was the difference.
Rhys Hoskins joins us right out of the gate here on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Rhys, look, hitting a grand slam to flip the game like you did, that's pretty special. Probably even a little bit more special to hear Bob Uecker narrate it, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's a legend, right? I had a chance actually to get a little story time from Uecker before the game, so I'm going to have to find him before and make sure he comes down to the clubhouse.
So He's got to come down to the clubhouse and give story time every day now for you. Is that the thing?
Yeah, I'm sure he won't mind that. I definitely won't. Just getting to listen to that guy talk baseball is what every fan's dream is really about.
He is standing to the right of me right now, and he agrees. He'll come give you story time. If you promise to hit a grand slam every day, he'll come down and give you story time every day before every game. I would ask you to take me through that at bat. There's not much to take me through. I mean, you're up there looking for something to do damage with right away, right?
Yeah, something up, right? The guys ahead of me had unbelievable at bats, saw a ton of pitches, so felt like he was just going to try to get into the zone real quick, try to get ahead so he could do what he wanted. But again, having Willie see 7-8 pitches, Yelly saw 7-8-9 pitches, maybe he tired out, left something up in the middle of the plate, and I just didn't miss.
Willie's willingness to take walks, and granted there's nobody out in this case, sometimes it's maybe more noticeable when there's two outs and you feel like you got to try to be the guy and push the envelope, but his willingness to take walks right now and get the next guy up to the plate has been noticeable. I think it's been something that many that have watched this team have talked about. What does that just say about the trust 1 through 9 right now that you guys have, that the guy after me is going to get the job done, so I'll take that walk?
Yeah, first of all, it's taking what the pitcher gives you, right? Willie's such a talented guy. He's got great bat-to-ball skills, and especially in those situations, it's easy to, like you said, to want to be the guy. But Connor, Ozzie, and Murph have just really been stressing, the phrase "pass the baton." And we've done a really good job of that, just continuing to get guys on base. We haven't come through as much lately, especially myself, but if you just keep getting opportunities, I've learned pretty quickly that the game puts you right back in those moments. So, like you said, Willie, unbelievable job, just kind of passing the baton to me. I went up there just trying to do a job and do the same thing. I just was able to put a nice swing on a ball.
And the key to a great team, and you've been on some great teams, so you understand this probably better or as much as anybody does, is that, look, you're going to get in those situations. You might not always come through in those situations, but if you have enough guys that can do damage, like this lineup has, like some of the lineups you were on before in Philadelphia have, somebody's going to come through. It can be a different guy every night.
Exactly, and I think that takes a lot of pressure off us as hitters. When not one guy feels like that, if they're not getting hits, then maybe we're not scoring. And quite frankly, I think that's why we've been as consistent of a team as we have been. Being able to get back into the win column after a loss or after a couple losses is because of that. So, hey, if we keep getting opportunities with guys in scoring position, eventually they are going to fall. And that's how we end up scoring 5 runs in an inning just like that.
Reese, last question for you, and it's more of a macro type of question, but had lost 3 in a row. This team has not had an extended losing streak at any point this year, and everybody knows you're going to lose 2 or 3 in a row at different points over the course of a long season. But the fact that you're able to get back up off the mat yesterday and take care of business, how big of a deal do you think that was for this team to get on that plane, come home with a win in their back pocket in that San Diego series?
Yeah, create a little momentum before coming back home, right? We've been pretty good at home. We've been able to ride the crowd's energy pretty well so far this year. So just to gain a little confidence after a tough 3 games in San Diego, I think is great for any team on the road, right? 3 and 4 is not bad. We obviously hope and expect better, but a couple tough environments. It's nice to know and gain a little confidence that we can play and win in those type of environments. You carry that on to coming back home, and we're able to start this homestand off right.
No, Reese, the Brewers fans, it didn't take them long to latch on to you and to love you and to just really appreciate having you as a part of this organization, and tonight certainly didn't hurt that case at all either. We appreciate it. Thanks so much for giving us some time here tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
You bet.
Go Crew.
All right, Reese Hoskins and Lane Grindle earlier tonight over on the network post-game show. Back at it again tomorrow, same time, same place. 7:10 first pitch. Pre-game coverage will begin at 6 o'clock with Brewers warm-up. Alex will have that, and then it'll be network coverage taking over at 6:35 for a first pitch at 7:10. And like I said, Bob Brainerd is filling in for me tomorrow. Tuesdays are at that point of the year, y'all, where I take Tuesdays off. I'm off to the Big Apple. Got to cover some Subway Series for TBS and with our good friend of the program, Brian Anderson, tomorrow. No show on Wednesday, and also because of the presidential debate, no show for Brewers Weekly on Thursday. So you actually won't hear me again until Game 1 against the Cubs on Friday here at American Family Field. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun the rest of this week, seeing some old friends. I used to work for the Texas Rangers back in the day. But that'll do it for us here tonight. My thanks to Jerry Augustine and to our producer, Matt Yazel. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get